As you can see, I continued on and forgot to press the record. So this is a good moment to reiterate all the things I've done, even so I get it myself. There's a lot of debug information still in here, but we're just going to run it once with the example input still and see what all mumbo jumbo we get. Geez, see, still have like a trace in there. Let's get rid of that and execute it again and see what happens all the way from the start. All the way from the start. So much output here. There. So it's reading 3 boards, and what I've decided to do is to read the board data like so. So I get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 lines per board, and then I generate 5 more lines, which are then the column lines 21, 8, 20, you know, like this. So for each board, I get 10 lines. Oh, what's happening? Well, that was Alexa with some alerting. Um, anyhow, so we get 10 lines per board. So here I'm checking board 3, line 3, which is row 3. So board 3, line 3, 18, 8, 23, 26, 20. And then I'm checking board 3, line 6, which is column 1. So that should be 14, 10, 18, 22, 2. 14, 10, 18, 22, 2. That works. And this is probably some debug. What are we doing here? Oh yeah, this is another debug, board 2, and then the 8th number from board 2, because I'm storing all the numbers in a list as well, just sequential. So board 2, number 8 is 5, 6, 7, 8 is this one, which I'm expecting to be 13 still, and is 13, so that works. And then I've got all the debug from the numbers being called. I don't know, what is this 27 doing here? Oh, that's all numbers. So 27 numbers have been called all together. I think we can get rid of this one because we kind of believe that. All right, save it. So it's calling number 7. I remember what numbers I've called. Right, that's this one. Called up to now is this listy, which is just all numbers up to whatever turn we're in. So we can get rid of this in our debug. And I know there's not a winner yet, so we're going to have to loop through all boards after every number has been checked. I still have to turn this into a loop. I'm only checking the first line because I know from the example that the winner is eventually in line 1, but this of course still has to be a loop of 10. We'll do that later. Save. Then I had to write a check line function that takes the board ID, the current line ID, and the current like game loop number, so like the umpteenth turn we're in. And this check line function basically checks the score for the line. So if for every number in that line that has been announced by the bingo system, you get 1 point. So basically, if if you get 5 points, you are the winner. So I know that the winner is the board from this current loop. There's no need to reiterate through all the other boards because I have the winner. We might have to check other boards if we have multiple winners at the same turn later maybe, but not for now at least. And then if we have a winner, we just say, oh, this board has won. We calculate the score, we print the score, and we stop checking boards again, which is weird for my code because we've already left the loop here. So I think we should get rid of this too. And then we're all done. This check line function is just pure ugly, but it has some debug that we can see. It uses internally to see if you get that point, if that number has been called or not. this is the weird function for creating that column line based on the row lines. I'm scrolling up here. That is used somewhere over here, heavily documented, but it's basically going through the boards and creating that new line. And then at the bottom, this is our scoring function. We get all the unmarked numbers and then see if they are called or not called. And if they're not called, then we add them to the sum, multiply it with the last called number, and it runs. You can see all the output here. So after number 7 has been announced, it's checking board 1, line 1. So it's going to check this thing, and it gets 0 points. And so it continues and continues and continues and continues all the way up to the end. And then it knows, where do we see here? When it's calling number 24, all these numbers have been called. We're in turn 12 of the game, and we're checking all the lines. Board 1, line 1, 3 points, not a winner. Board 2, line 1, 2 points, definitely not a winner. And board 3, line 1, 5 points, definitely a winner. Score 4,512. That neatly matches up with this. So I'm curious to see what happens if we now save and run it again. After all the removal of our debug, at least some of it. See, then we broke it. What the hell did we do? Oh. Control Z for the win. I think we might have to keep that leave there. Run it again. Yes, because why does that not make sense? Oh yeah, because we're still in the, it's not stop checking boards, it's stop announcing numbers. If the comments and the code don't match, it's usually wrong. Save it again, execute. So, I'm tempted to see what happens when we make this loop. So we get another loop here. Do L equals 1 to 10. And then we have to make sure that we leave the correct loops. Oh, this is going to be nasty. Where do we see? So this. Oh my God. Up to here. Has to go into the loop. Into the loop with you. No need to check other lines, is what this now turns into. So then over here, when we've left this loop for the winner line, we can say, well, let's do this. If winner greater than 0, greater than 0, then leave. Proper commenting. No need to check other boards. Save. We have changed nothing functionally, hopefully. So I hope we still get this as a result when we run. So, do we dare to get our puzzle input? All of that. I'll create the file in a screen that I'm not recording, but I'll call it day04. Copy, paste, save. Yes, please. And then, fingers crossed, selecting the day 4. I'm just going to probably spew a gazillion more lines of output. It's a bigger file too. Or it just breaks. What's happening? Oh, probably this board parsing is now very heavy, badly programmed. Because we're not seeing this, we're not seeing this, we're not seeing anything. So maybe we add one line here to say all numbers parsed. Save it, execute it again, or no, it's broken. So we run it again. Oh my god, what's happening? Boot her up, please. Yeah. Come on. I like that. Right. Go. Go. Can hear the machine starting to fire up the fans. So yeah, how many boards is there in this thing anyway? Not that much more. List of numbers is quite much longer, but if I kill this now, will I have my file in that puzzle input file, which is in our temp folder? Might still be there. So this might be our file. I'm not sure. I didn't mean to do that. Stop it. No. Table flip. Yeah. Cool stuff. You can't even stop it because it's already done. Right. So try it again. I want you. Yes. Not all that other mumbo jumbo. Well, it looks like our file. So we should be able to run our REXX and see what it does then. So it's rexes/day3 part 1. Just parse it our file and see what it does. Aha! Might want to do that on day 4. No? Well, it is running, so maybe all that debug information is just making it go bonkers. Because we're only at turn 5 yet, and there's like a gazillion of them. So, wishful thinking. No, we're not going to repeat all those stupidly pasted commands. Wishful thinking is to start our Flask RESTful API again. Maybe get some ugly debug on off, because if it breaks, we want to re-enable it. Maybe debug equals 1. Well, 0 for now. And then we're just going to go to some of them. Let's get rid of this. Because we didn't even see that, because it probably finishes it and then, of course, because, right, we are running the REXX here, and this is a blocking operation. It waits until this command has finished. So only then it's not spooling that output through the API. I should have known that. That's weird. Weird. So definitely have to get rid of our debug stuff based on the debug. So we'll find our biggest debug things. I think we can get rid of this because that's proven to be okay, but if debug, let's put it in a debug thing. If debug equals 1, then do up to here, and all of you guys go that way, boys. Get rid of this stupid empty line. And then we don't want this. One, two, one, two. Oh no, we're just getting rid of this. I don't think I want this. Go away. Definitely want this still to show. We don't want this. This is debug. What is with this ID? If debug equals 1, then do all the way up to here. Oh, we can close that too. That's so nice. Don't want this either. If debug equals 1, we don't need to do there. Then bum bum. Now that's foldable too. So cool. Say points. Meh. Don't want it. We probably don't have any stuff there. So do we dare running it straight away? Or do we want to run it without the Flask overhead stuff? We're first going to run it with the example to just see if it's still working. That might be smart. Yes. Okay. 4. Fingers crossed. It might just take a long time to calculate through. That's something that happens with these puzzles. The example works and then you need to think about performance. Ooh, we got an answer in roughly 24 seconds. Still pretty shitty. So that works? No, not that. Idiot. That works. Where's our paste? Paste. And we get a gold star and some woohoo moments and probably a very nasty part too. Woohoo! So yeah, that is pretty fantastic that we have that sorted. I'm dying to see what part 2 is. However, we need to make our API do the right thing because it's now saying failed, and we definitely don't have failure because we have success. That is because we're parsing it the standard way here. So we're looking for solution equals, but I think it's nice that we have that winner board there, although we don't need it. So, okay, for now we are just going to say, oh, well, we actually ran this with debug on. Did we? I think we did. I am so stupid. No, I switched it off. That's good. So if we flick it on just for grins, maybe we want to see how long that runs with debug. Maybe not, right? Maybe not. Who needs the debug? So all our buggy code. Run the game. We can still, we can't say this. So we will bring this to here, and that to here, and that to there. And we will bring this into a if debug equals 1, then do, and use our nice VS Code shortcuts. And then all we have to do is say solution equals score. And that way we should get our magic number. Oh, it doesn't say the answer anymore. Well, 5,685 should pop up in our solution result when we run it again for 20 seconds, right? 20 seconds break time. Might as well get some coffee. And then, ooh, well, as expected. So, part 2. Oh dear.